Have you ever found yourself pausing, maybe after a big milestone, or I don't know, even just during a quiet moment and thinking, what is this life all about? Like what truly lasts beyond the rush of our days? These fleeting moments of joy and struggle. It often feels like we move through different acts, doesn't it? Each with its own focus, its own kind of magic, but then, like, what? What remains when the curtain falls on each stage? Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to unpack some truly ancient wisdom, and it offers a surprisingly clear and, well, profound perspective on the journey of human life, its various phases, and maybe what lies beyond. Our source material for this deep dive is primarily Ayah 20 of Surah Al-Hadid, and Ayah, meaning a verse from an ancient text. We'll look at that alongside its detailed interpretations. And we'll also draw insights from a complementary verse, Ayah 32 of Surah Anam, and a really powerful saying, a hadith from the Prophet Muhammad. So our mission today is to extract the core insights from these texts to truly grasp the underlying nature of worldly existence, its allure, its inherent impermanence, and its ultimate purpose. By the time we're done, hopefully you'll have a fresh, perhaps even a provocative lens through which to view your own journey and the world around you. So with that mission in mind, let's dive into Ayah 20. The way it's phrased, it really acts like a mirror, doesn't it? Giving us this remarkably clear, almost stark image of life's path. And it starts with a very direct command.
Yeah, what's particularly striking right at the outset is the opening word, ilamu, which translates directly to know, or maybe be aware. And this isn't just a casual invocation to learn. It's a deliberate signal. The message about to be delivered is of immediate and profound importance. It's almost as if the text is grabbing you by the shoulders and saying, pay attention. This isn't something to be taken lightly.
Right. It sets the stage immediately. No messing around.
Exactly. And then it lays out the core description of worldly life, right there in one breath. Know that the life of this world is only play and amusement and adornment and boasting among you, an increase in wealth and children.
This single verse, in just a few powerful phrases, it encapsulates the entire essence of our worldly existence.
Wow. That's a lot taken from one sentence. I could definitely see how it paints a vivid picture. But what's really powerful here, I think, is how this ayah then kind of paints a picture of life by breaking it down into distinct stages that feel incredibly familiar. Exactly. The text actually outlines 5 distinct stages, and they perfectly mirror different phases of human existence. First, there's play, lab. This is described as mirroring childhood, time defined by simple games where there aren't really any deep worries or complex motivations. The world, through a child's eyes, is just full of pure excitement and discovery. It's all about the immediate moment.
That makes sense. Pure, unadulterated fun, basically.
Pretty much. Then we move into amusement, law. This stage relates more to adolescence and maybe early youth. It's a period marked by various pastimes and engagements. Think hobbies, social events, fleeting trends. And while these might be pleasurable and fill our time, they're often transient. They hold little lasting benefit or true substance. We're still easily entertained, perhaps, but maybe a bit more directed than pure play.
Right. The things that seem so important at the time, but looking back, maybe not so much.
Precisely. Which leads us nicely to the third stage, adornment or show, zina. Now, this connects to youth and early adulthood. This is a phase where there's often a peak focus on outward appearance, fashion, material possessions.
Oh, yeah.
Things like clothes, homes, cars. We invest heavily in how we appear, how our lives look from the outside.
I can relate to that. It's that phase, isn't it, where every decision, from what you wear to the car you drive, feels like a statement about who you are.
Yes. And the text is almost gently reminding us here. Hold on, is that truly enduring? These outward displays, however appealing, they're not permanent. They're temporary.
Okay, so after adornment, what comes next?
The fourth stage is boasting, or rivalry, tafakur. This represents midlife, typically, a time when the desire to compare oneself to others often becomes more prominent. People often seek to demonstrate their superiority, maybe through achievements, academic degrees, professional titles, or social status. This drive, this comparison, it can often divert one from true realities, pushing us to perform for others rather than focusing on intrinsic worth.
It's almost like a professional LinkedIn profile gone wild, isn't it? Constantly highlighting achievements, but maybe losing sight of the actual impact or the deeper purpose behind them.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, there's a strong element of that.
So what does the text suggest is the ultimate focus then, after all this striving and comparison?
That leads us to the final stage mentioned, increase in wealth in children. Takatha fi al-amwal wa al-aulad. This reflects later years generally, a period often dominated by concerns over accumulating wealth, ensuring financial security and the continuation of one's family and progeny. The collection of wealth and attention to the next generation takes up a significant portion of a person's thoughts. It's often seen as the ultimate measure of success or legacy in worldly terms.
Right. Building that nest egg, making sure the kids are set up.
Exactly. Those become the primary drivers.
So if we look at these 5 stages play, amusement, adornment, boasting, and then increasing wealth in children, wow. The real punch of this mapping isn't just recognizing them in life around us or even in our own past, but asking, which stage are we maybe stuck in right now or overly focused on? Are we still in a play mindset with our finances, perhaps? Or obsessed with adornment when we should be focused on deeper substance? It's a powerful framework for self-assessment.
It really is.
Yeah.
And to reinforce this idea of worldly life's true nature, its impermanence, the ayah then introduces this incredibly powerful analogy. It says, like rain whose vegetation amazes farmers and then it dries and you see it turn yellow, then it becomes straw.
Okay, break that down for us.
Well, this comparison holds really profound implications. It describes how rain falls, right? And the vegetation it brings forth is initially lush and green. It fills the farmers with joy and wonder. They see potential, abundance, life itself. But then, inevitably, that same vibrant vegetation begins to wither. It turns yellow and ultimately becomes just dry straw. Worthless chaff, almost. What's fascinating here is that the farmer's initial delight, that sense of amazement, is deliberately contrasted with the inevitable reality of decay. It's a reminder that everything beautiful and seemingly prosperous in this world, it's also destined to fade and perish. Beauty and growth aren't permanent fixtures.
That analogy is incredibly vivid. The green shoots, the farmer's excitement, then the yellowing, the straw. It's the whole cycle. What makes it so powerful for the farmers in the analogy, beyond just the visual decay, is there a deeper implication about our human perspective here?
Oh, absolutely. The amazement of the farmers is key. They get captivated by the initial beauty and promise. And maybe, in that moment, they forget the inherent cycle of life and death that governs everything. The ayah uses this to illustrate how we, too, can be captivated by the initial allure of worldly things you know. The play, the adornment, the wealth. We become equally amazed, perhaps losing sight of their temporary nature and their eventual fate. Just like the farmer admiring the green shoots.
So it's a warning against being dazzled by the temporary.
In essence, yes. And the ayah doesn't stop there with the analogy. It then explicitly presents the 2 distinct destinies that await humanity after this life, in the hereafter, it says. And in the hereafter, there is severe torment for some and for others, forgiveness and a lost pleasure. So if we connect this to the bigger picture, it means how we engage with these worldly stages and how much we understand their impermanence directly dictates our ultimate outcome.
Okay, so the stakes are high. It's not just about observing the stages.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And the concluding statement of the ayah really crystallizes the essence of worldly life. And the life of this world is nothing but delusive enjoyment. What does that mean? It means worldly life, with all its attractions, all its play, amusement, and adornment, is presented as a good of delusion. Something that appears fulfilling, enticing, real, but ultimately misleads us. It distracts us from the deeper, more lasting realities.
Delusive enjoyment. That phrase hits differently, doesn't it? What are some common traps that the text might be hinting at here? Things that feel fulfilling but ultimately, lead us astray. It challenges us to look at the good things we pursue, maybe career success, social status, even big family plans, and ask, are they serving a deeper, lasting purpose? Or are they just temporary illusions, distracting us from true meaning?
Exactly right. It's not saying these things are inherently evil or bad, not at all. But rather, our attachment to them, seeing them as the ultimate goal, that's what deludes us. Take career success, for example. Achievement can be fulfilling, absolutely. But if it becomes the sole measure of our worth, and we sacrifice, say, our spiritual well-being or our relationships for it, then it's transformed into a delusive enjoyment. It blinds us to other vital needs.
I see. So it's about perspective and priority.
Precisely. It's about discerning what's truly enduring versus what's merely attractive or maybe just loud in the moment. And to strengthen this core theme, we also have that complementary ayah from Surah Anam, ayah 32. It really echoes the sentiment. It states, and the life of this world is nothing but play and amusement, and the home of the hereafter is better for those who fear God. So it reinforces that initial description of life as fleeting play and amusement, and it clearly points to a superior ultimate destination beyond this world, specifically for those who are mindful, who have that fear of God, which implies awareness and responsibility.
Okay, so that adds another layer, reinforcing the core message.
Yes. And then we have that beautiful, is highly relevant saying, the Hadith from the Prophet Muhammad. He advised, be in this world as if you are a stranger or a traveler passing through.
Hmm.
Now, this guidance, it encourages a kind of detached perspective.
Mm,
Not apathy, not checking out,
right.
but seeing our time here as a journey, not a permanent settlement. It encourages us to focus on the ultimate destination rather than becoming overly entangled in the temporary stops along the way.
Like a traveler. A traveler only packs what they truly need, right? And doesn't get distracted setting up shop at every roadside attraction.
That's a perfect way to think about it.
Yeah.
Don't weigh yourself down with unnecessary baggage that belongs only to the road, not the destination.
It's incredible how these additional sources, from different parts of the overall text, they strengthen that central theme so powerfully. The theme of life's temporary nature and the importance of looking beyond these immediate worldly gains. They all seem to be pointing towards a deeper, more enduring reality beyond the 5 stages we discussed.
They absolutely do. They provide context and reinforcement.
Okay, so to quickly bring together the insights from this deep dive, we've explored the profound wisdom of Ayah 20 of Surah Al-Hadid, understanding worldly life through its 5 distinct stages, from the simple play of childhood right through to the accumulation of wealth in later years. Then we saw that vivid analogy of life's impermanence, like vegetation that flourishes beautifully and then inevitably withers to straw. And finally, we looked at the ultimate 2 destinies awaiting humanity and the inherently deceptive nature of worldly enjoyments, all reinforced by that powerful complementary wisdom from Surah Anam and the Hadith.
That sums it up well.
So as we conclude this deep dive, maybe let's leave you with this powerful thought, which comes directly from the source's final message. Each period of life has its own beauties and attractions, but we must not allow these attractions to conceal our true destination. The destination is divine pleasure, a place where blessings are endless, with no news of pride, regret, or decay.
Hmm. Powerful words.
They really are. And
Yeah.
this isn't just about what could be, but maybe what is truly at stake. It challenges us, I think, to truly reflect on our own journey. Where is your focus really lying right now? What are you building for, ultimately, in this life? And maybe beyond. Something to think about. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.